On the YLL, it's your girl Jazz Young, and I'm back with another one. Hey y'all, this is Wednesday's Thoughts, and as promised, I am going to talk about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show at the Super Bowl this past Sunday. First and foremost, I like when he said the energy only circulates through us. I love that just because it really just tells me that there are some people that really do realize how powerful black people are. And Kendrick Lamar is one of them. As far as his performance, I am not surprised of the political aspect of it all. I think that that's one of the things Kendrick Lamar do. He has his political stance during big shows. This is who he is, and you can't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it because he uses his platform to talk about truths. He doesn't use it just for the entertainment aspect. He uses it to empower his people, to tell everybody, I'm not dumb. I know and I see, and I'm going to put this in my artistry. I'm going to put this in my music. I think if you'd say it was a bad show, you're just upset that it didn't hit the expectation of being more on the entertainment aspect versus the political aspect. Because that's just first and foremost, this is how I see it. It's like if you didn't like it, it's just because it was too political for you, not because it went over your head, not because I don't like it was just not. It could be well, I don't like politics. I don't like politics either, but I also didn't take it as such a political thing until the next day, and I'm reading like everybody else's opinion. Some people already like in the comments like, "Oh, this is what I thought," or "Oh, that show was whack." First of all, the game was whack. The game didn't really lead up to expectations. Once again, I'm happy that the Eagles won, but the game was just not as it. The game didn't do what it needed to do. So we already starting with a problem there. And then to say that his performance was bad, I just wouldn't say that. It just wasn't the entertainment that people would have expected. But was it a good performance? Yes. And I think it was a good performance because it had truth behind it. It is where we stand of how America sees us. When you think of when you think of life, if you're like me, if you think of life, life is a game. Every time we wake up, we're waking up to play the game. When we go to sleep, that's like our break. Then we wake up, we play the game again. If it's going to work, if it's figuring out how we're going to pay our bills, there's different parts of this game that are challenges. And it's like, how are we going to get through those challenges? What's going to get us through those challenges? How are we going to beat the game? And in my opinion, you never lose the game, you never win the game. You're just constantly playing the game. And to say that his performance was like the Americans game, I did not get that from the first. Like, I did not get that from the jump. I would say, though, from the jump, I did, see the Uncle Sam. So shout out to Samuel L. Jackson, by far my favorite actor. I just think that Samuel is literally a gem, a legend, a person that we should always treasure. Like, he is literally amazing at his art. I don't think Samuel Jackson receives the flowers as he should. Like, if y'all are just getting into Samuel Jackson, cool. But I like Samuel Jackson from like the negotiator, a time to kill. Like, those are the Samuel Jackson that I love. Like, Samuel Jackson is just the guy that the movie is gonna be good if he's in it because he plays his roles and he plays them all well. So I definitely seen the Uncle Sam. Didn't understand the in depth of the Uncle Sam until I started to kind of do my research on the topic in general, and then I was like, oh, okay. So now I understood why Samuel Jackson was Uncle Sam, and then the American flag. When they were doing "Be Humbled," seeing that the American flag. So I noticed those things that I noticed like from the first jump, things that I noticed after watching it about 10 times. I noticed that there was a prison yard, and then I also noticed that it was a video game controller, like the four little things was like for PS4. So then those are the things that I noticed after watching it. As far as the Uncle Sam, now he has some great quotes. I thought that, like I said, I thought that Samuel L. Jackson was probably the perfect person to play it. Now, don't laugh. I thought that Samuel L. Jackson was playing Uncle Sam because his name is Samuel, and like Sam is like the first three like letters. So I was like, oh, that's why he playing. But no, I didn't also watch Django. The reason why I wouldn't say I didn't watch it. It definitely got plays in the house. I just always fell asleep. It just didn't keep me entertained. I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. It just wasn't. I'm not a fan of like slavery movies and all that. It just makes me angry. And so I try not to really watch it because it boils my soul. And I'm still working on that part of me. And the guy he hasn't cleared me from that type of hatred. So I just try to not put myself in those type of positions. So I didn't really get into Django. But after just reading and doing different things, I realized that in Django, Samuel Jackson, he was the house, dude. He was the house nigga. And being that he was the guy that they also wanted to keep all the other people in control, all the other blacks in control. And so him playing Uncle Sam, but in an American flag, like in the Uncle Sam fit, just to see that, it's like, yes, Kendrick. And then oh my God, the president was there. So then it's like, yes, Kendrick, yes, put your foot on their necks because they deserve it. And I love when people with platforms use it to their advantage to spread a message that helps people, especially people that look like them. So shout out to Kendrick for even just having the audacity, having the courage, having the balls, however you want to look at it. Shout out to Kendrick for having that because it seems like these rich people, these famous people don't have that courage when it's time to have it, when it's needed. They have it when it benefits them, but when it's needed, they don't have it. So shout out to Kendrick for having it, just in general of coming and saying this is what I'm going to perform, and that's just the bottom line, and that's just what it's gonna be. As far as some of the quotes, so the first quote that Samuel L. Jackson said was, "Too wild, too reckless, too ghetto. Kendrick, do you know how to play the game? Tighten up." And that was just that first instance of be in control. Like, get yourself control. You're not playing the game right now. You're actually doing the opposite of playing the game. And then actually playing, then you have that next time when he's with his homies, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes back and he calls it the culture cheat code, and that's something that I always say, and now I kind of like have a way of saying it, of saying the culture cheat code, because I just always felt like I didn't know this was a thing in society, but I always felt like if black people really like banded together and really stuck together, we could do so much. Like they did back in the day. During these, races and segregation times, like Jim Crow, like during all these times and these moments, the things that people did, they came together. That was one of the biggest things. They stood as one. It wasn't, against each other or not agreeing. It's like, nah, we all want better. We all want to see better. So we all came together. And when we do that, bro, we are probably the toughest people to beat because we're already tough beating individually. It's tough to beat a black person. That's why they be so quick to kill us first, because they can't beat us fair and square. So it's easier to just kill. You know what I mean? But when we get together, oh baby, we so tough. That's why they don't want us to see that. That's why they don't want us to get together. So once again, I love how he added that to the show. Now, granted, if you don't look like us, you may not get that message. You may not even see the different shots that's being thrown. You have to look at videos of other people that's talking about it, and you gotta want to know, because it wasn't something that I would say is blatant. You could have thought that Uncle Sam, just like I thought that Uncle Sam was playing Samuel Jackson, because his name is Samuel Jackson. Like, you probably didn't think that. You probably didn't think that was that deep. You know what I mean? So I really do enjoy the fact that Kendrick once again added things to teach us as people, that if we come together, we can beat half of the things that are happening to us. But because we're so quick to beat each other up, we as segregated as the next person. You know what I mean? So, and then the scorekeeper, the duck one life. We already know that's take us out. And I think they do certain things. And granted, it could be somebody who's a big political justice person like Martin Luther King, or it could be somebody like George Floyd or Trayvon Martin. Like, I feel like there are moments where the government just doesn't want to see us be great. There are moments where society just doesn't want to see us be great, so they take us out. That's just a way. Once we come together, they figure out which one is the powerful person, which one is getting the people to move, and if we take them, are they gonna become the people that we expect them to be? Ghetto, loud, reckless, or are they gonna be stellar citizens and now get back in line and control? And the expectation is for us to be reckless. It is for us to act crazy, because then they can lock us up and then really control us. See, the other way we still have our freedoms. The other way we still have that space to be ourselves outside of prison walls. But listen, the platform was prison. So it already tells you what it if you don't live into this American dream, if you don't bleed this American dream, what they do, they will antagonize us until we get so upset and react to now we look like the bad guys even though we are the victims. That's what America does. And it's not everyone in America, but when you stand back and say, like, it's America. These things are happening right before our eyes within our own United States government. So I just love the fact that once again that was part of the show. Um he definitely teases with not like us. It's so funny because I was having a conversation with my friends. Like, he just has to perform it. Like, Drake's just been doing too much stuff that Kendrick has to perform. And of course it was like, if he don't perform, I'll be okay with it. Or he don't need to perform that. Like, that joint is old. But I just feel like it was a classic song. And the song in itself, I said this when it was just like, all right, when he got picked to do the Super Bowl. If he performs Night Like Us, it's so crazy because they're allowing him to perform a song that's, yes, was it part of Drake's beef? Yes, it was. But at the same time, what he's saying talks about people who do the same thing Drake is doing. It's talking about white folks. It's talking about, the government. It's talking about people who takes it from the culture, tries to live up and be the culture, not realizing that they're not the culture. They hate the culture because the culture sets off at everything, and the culture is the reason why America is what it is. Like, just like the culture is the reason why Drake is where he's at. Like, that's I've always said that. Not Like Us, yes, it's a diss song, but if you really listen to the lyrics, it's to anybody who the shoe can fit. If you do anything like Drake, sometimes, and how the song kind of rolls is, you take biggest thing for me is you take away from culture vultures. You know what I mean? That's what they call them. So it's like, I just be saying here like, yeah, if he performed that, yo, that'd be crazy. He needed to perform that. He needed to perform it for the people. It just won 5 Grammys, so let's run that joint back. Let's go. The Super Bowl and the Grammys in 1 week. Run it back. You know what I mean? And I thought that was something that was, like I said, was needed for the times that we're in. And it's always a reminder that, like, bro, people are not like us. Like, without us, the world is not even like it is. We are people that help build a country. The country was built in the on the backs of black folks. I ain't gonna never stop saying that. Like, on God, if we came together, bro, we would be the biggest of them all. But we just gotta know and understand our power. And we have to put away our prides against each other. You know what I mean? And we'll be so freaking stellar. I just wish people I also wish people could get this in a speech form. Because this is a speech. You know, Kendrick gave us the one. I love Kendrick's artistry because he gave us a speech. We just don't even realize it. Even the song choices, the music that he choose, the order that he chose it, like it was just perfect. It was perfect. SZA goes to my next step too. SZA did what she needed to do. I thought that, having that normancy, right? This is what America loves. They love the calm, peaceful, the songs that are not so political, the act of goodness. And Uncle Sam told us that. He told us, he said, yeah, this is what we needed. Yes, you're almost there. Just and then he plays Not Like Us, and I thought that was one, always a rebel time. Always do you, if you feel good about it, do you. I love that he went against what everybody was saying. We all know everybody was like, he shouldn't play it, he shouldn't know, he should let it go, but at the end of the day, I think it goes beyond Drake. It was bigger than the music. It was bigger than Drake. This was the song that if you really listen to it, it can empower us so great. We just don't realize it because we're just looking at it as a diss song. That song is such a deep influence if you really listen to it. That's why it's like, Drake, what you mad at because it was an influence? You mad because it was what needed to be done? It was what we needed to hear. We've been giving you this light and this love. It's like just how people thought that Serena Williams was up there crip walking because Drake is her ex. Why can't First of all, what if it was that, right? Who cares? I just didn't understand why there were so many different opinions about it. And Stephen A. Smith had an opinion about this, but I'm still waiting to hear how he feels about all these different DEI things that are happening, all these different things that the person he should have voted for is doing to the people that look like him. He still hasn't really commented on those topics, I don't believe. However, he has comment on Serena Williams doing the crip walking. Like, I just don't get it. Secondly, there was other reasons. The Wimbledon in 2012 when she did it, she got criticized. And as a black woman, when you be yourself and you show who you are, you get criticized. How about she's from Compton? It's a Compton type of feel and bop. How about she probably hasn't got an opportunity to perform this song on other platforms? How about this will be probably the only time she can perform at the Super Bowl? How about y'all just be happy that the GOAT decided to step out the house and praise us with a crip walk on national TV with 133.5 people watching? Like, I'm just confused why we cared. Like, shout out to Serena. That's what we should have been doing. Like, first and foremost. And I like that's the other thing. Like, the message of it all is always deeper than what y'all think. I think we are so simple minded on thinking like, oh well, oh she was crip walking as a diss to Drake. First and foremost, the song goes beyond Drake. The song goes beyond Wimbledon. The song goes beyond everyday life. The song is literally the American dream of going against what, like, they wish they was us and they not us. Then this is how they wish they was us. This is why they take this from us. Like, but if we understood that about us, baby, we will be the best version of us. Like, we just gotta understand we the greatest if we just understood that in ourselves. Like, that's the thing about it. That's just how I feel. Just a little bit of other outsiders we've recently heard. Kai Sanat. I think that's how you say it, Kai Sanat. He was saying that certain parts the crowd wasn't making noises. That was fake noises. Um, Kai, we don't care. We don't care. As I said, it was 133.5 million people watching. And that wasn't the people in the stadiums. So we don't really care, sir. We don't care. We don't care. Even if that is a true statement, we don't care. Like, I think that if we cared, 133.5 people would have watched. We wasn't watching to hear if the crowd was vibing out. You know what I mean? People was vibing out in their cribs. Me personally, it was a good performance. I'm glad that I was able to dive into it and look into it a little bit more to find my own opinion. But nobody cares, sir. As far as it being the most viewed halftime show of all time, it's never gonna be a Michael Jackson performance. We're in a different time, different technology moment. I think when you get it the way Michael get it, that's how you really all time. Just because time has changed, I think it should be on this type of decade, like during this time period. But to say all time, I just the times are different. The times are different. But it was a good show. I'm glad that he was able to do it. You can keep going to look at it. I love how Apple has the lyric, not the lyrics, the show in order, the song list in order. I just love how you can just keep going and viewing it. I think that is was a powerful performance. Didn't disappoint. Anytime that Kendrick does a performance on national TV, he performs and he gives us a story. He gives us some truths that we need to know. He gives us something to be inspired by. And if you part of the culture and you understand the culture and you live within the culture, yo, appreciate your culture, love in your culture, and know that the energy that the world gets from society, the energy that Americans get from society comes from the culture. We are their entertainment, we are their sports, and we are the people that they go to for the best. We are the things they keep saying. We are the reasons why DEI is needed, because they wanted different types of people because they knew we was the best at it. We just gotta grow in it. We gotta love each other. Shout out to Kendrick for giving us that type of performance. And as I mentioned, if you didn't like it, you just trying to stop his artistry. That's just all. You don't like art. That was art. It was art. It was just a different type of art that we should be used to and should love. With that being said, love yourself, love your truth. Know that this is still Black History Month, but every day is Black History Month as long as you black. I love and appreciate y'all. Peace.